it's JQ. It is time for our first product focus Friday layout. And if you remember last week, I kind of did an intro on it. We are doing Vicki Boutin. I have a little bit of wildflowers and honey left. There's another washi. So I have a little bit of wildflowers and honey left. I have a decent amount, a little bit of Let's Wander left. And I do have some of her foundation's mixed media papers left too. So I actually might use one of those and try to do kind of a tone on tone layout. I was looking at this one, but then this one caught my eye too. And I think I'm going to do a layout. We'll see what papers I have. I think I'm gonna do a layout. I saw the sketch, Redefine Creative had this as their Thursday sketch last week, and I really wanted to do it. Obviously, I didn't have time to do it for this Thursday, or do I? Did I get it done? I can't remember. If I did get it done and posted. And I'm going to do these cute, it's basically the same photo of me. It's just a little bit different. Squishing my niece's face because she's just so squishable. And so I will put those on there as well. And I thought it would be really neat to do punched strips since we're doing punches. I could do tone on tone and put it in there. And I just brought out all my border punches, which I don't have a ton. I only have 4. This one's a super old Fiskars one. It's like a funky scallopy fancy edge. This is just a normal scallop dot type edge. I kind of wish I had a bigger scallop edge. I have my trusty notebook punch, and I have this crazy one as well that I might put in there too. I haven't decided if I'll just do the whole thing or like cut it in half, because this one, it's not my favorite. It's a Martha Stewart one. It's not my favorite. It's like a ribbon almost punch. I don't know, we'll see, but I'm gonna use those for sure. And then if I want some more texture, I have one of these ripping rulers with like it'll just give it a distressed edge. And then I do have a couple other rulers that have the traceable edge and fussy cutting, so I could use this larger scallop and then this jagged edge as well that we would fussy cut. So we'll see what it's looking like. So I think I'm just gonna say, yep, I'm doing this. We're doing this. I'll take that border off in a second. Yeah, I only have 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 left. 5 left of that foundations paper, which is pretty good because I used a ton of it right away. So yeah, I think I'm gonna use this. I think that'll be really pretty, and try and do some tone on tone. I don't do that very often, and it might be kind of fun. So let's get started. Okay. I think I always start my videos like that, and I'm really sorry if that drives you nuts. I know that kind of stuff sometimes drives me nuts, even though I continue to watch it. First thing I'm going to do is just obnoxiously long flip through all my papers. And what I'm looking for is I'm just looking for papers that are oranges, yellows, pinks, corals, colors that will kind of match those strips of mixed media that are on these background papers. Now, a couple of colors I pick don't match exactly, and which is interesting because I think that the 2 yellows look a little different, and I don't know if she just did extra layers on one, but so there isn't that much yellow variation in either of these collections I have, which is kind of funny because the foundations paper came out with the Let's Wander collection, and there's not that much variation, but sorry, having my coffee. With my milk frother, you guys, seriously, if you don't have one, they're relatively cheap. They're just like a mini whisk. Oh my gosh, like, it's like a treat. If you make it yourself all the time, it's like a treat just to froth your cream with a little bit of milk and heat it up first and then pour your coffee in. It's just like a treat. All right, so I found a bunch of papers. I must have cut out a lot of that because the original footage, I was flipping through papers forever. But I went through all the 12 by 12s and the scraps I had left of Wildflowers and Honey. And then I went through the 6 by 6 or 6 by 8 pad mostly and scraps that I had left of Let's Wander because I didn't really want to cut into 12 by 12s if I didn't have to. And it didn't seem like I had any. And then I had the one from, is it Field Notes? Yeah, Field Notes. That pink one I had from Field Notes with the flowers on it. So now I'm just kind of cutting them at a few inches long. I want to say 3 to 5, depending. I didn't even measure. I just was doing a border punch on them and then cutting them. So I'm just doing that. I end up using all my border punches twice and then that ripping edge just once, which I kind of wish I would have done. I wish I could have found one more yellow to do the rippy edge, so I had that up there as well. But I end up finding like stickers and other things that kind of accentuate the strips, so it works out fine. I think, yeah, it works out pretty good. All right, so now see how that orange is very different from that yellow, but it does like an ombre effect as I go. As I go, there seems to be an ombre effect of things, so. I started moving things off so I could actually lay them down where I want them. The one paper that, it was like a smaller version of the paper in the foundations pad that like ombre from like a yellow to an orange to a pink to a purple to like the deep blue. I had a scrap of the 6 by 8 and it was like perfect to cut a strip right there and place it between where the yellow and like the corally pink starts. I was like, wow, that was perfect spot. That was like the perfect transition to have a spot, have a strip of paper to kind of keep my theme, to kind of accentuate it, to, because that's what I wanted to do, is kind of do the fade down in the strips like there is in the mixed media, and then do tone on tone embellishing as well. Because like I had said in the intro, I don't think I've ever done a layout like that. And I figured this would be an easy one to maybe try first because it's just strips and embellishments, and the mixed media is done for me. That's supposed to go with the collection, so I know things should match. So now I'm trying to figure out what to put my photos on. I had an idea of maybe using that first tag, but it seemed to just, I don't know, I liked it, but it seemed to just stand out too much, if that's possible. I'm not really sure, but it did. It seemed to stand out too much. So I decided not to go with that. And then when I start going through all the embellishments, trying to figure out what I want to do with that, I find a 3x4 card that actually works better. So it gives me the same look as those tags would have, but is a little bit smaller scale. Yeah, the tags were just slightly too big for the tiny photos I had. And all I did was map my photos. I had some scrap of the brighter pink color. They were actually like speech bubble shapes. I cut a cut file and I used like the back. Those technically were the negatives, I believe. Those were just left over from when I used a cut file. So I'm just gluing the strips down because I liked where they were, and now I'm going through the sticker sheet. And I'm finding some pops of color and stickers and things that could go to help kind of carry my theme forward. I started just grabbing, like as I went through it, grabbing all the things that I thought would go on either of the color strips. And then I ultimately decided that after I started finding all the flowers, that is what I wanted to do. But I'm going to put some words and I'm going to put, and that would all have worked, I think. And I honestly should have just done it because then it would have used more stuff up. But ultimately I decided, you know what, these big flowers will be really pretty because I liked in the sketch how there were just kind of numbers scattered around. So these are kind of my numbers, and then I end up going even farther and having more embellishment. But with putting this flower up here, I wanted to stagger more, so I moved my strips over a little bit. I just like the way it looks better. Looks more balanced in my mind, I guess. Pop my photo up on foam. And then I start tucking flowers behind. Ended up kind of clustering around my photo with a few flowers. And then I'm just going to go through the sticker sheet and find stickers that go for each color. And yeah, it's pretty self-explanatory. So I am going to let you watch, and then I'm going to and just listen to some fun music while I finish, and because there's not much else to say. And then I will pop on at the end of the video to do the drawing for next week to see what tool we're going to use. Oh, you know what? We're almost done, so I'll just keep talking. I'll just keep rambling on. Yeah, these stickers and this sticker book that came with the wildflowers, yeah, not sticky at all. Definitely need extra glue. Oh, yeah, and I found the bees. So I found some butterflies, and then some of these tabs I thought looked really neat up there, and the bees, and I popped some of the flower stickers up on foam, and then since there was some iridescence down the bottom, I figured I should balance it and sprinkle it throughout. I could have maybe added some splatters after, now that I'm looking at it, but I kind of like it that it's just the colors and the embellishments, and yeah, and I just journaled that I couldn't resist squishing her face. But yeah, here I will be joining you live here again. So thanks for watching. Okay, so this was the layout using my border punches specifically. So because I have an array of border punches, and I have oh, sorry, I got distracted. And I have some other punches. I'm going to put the tools punches back in the drawing. So I still got my little Vicki Boutin name here, and we're still doing tools. So I'm going to put punches back in because we could still do... I also added a couple things since the video last week. I can't remember what I added. I know I added punch boards because they're, to me, more specific, and a couple other things into the tools. So let's draw for next week really quick, and then yeah, this will be it. I think this turned out pretty good. I usually don't do tone on tone, and I kind of did, but kind of didn't. I really like it. All right, so we are going to pick, oh, there's two. I'm doing this one. My So Easy. All right, I don't know if you guys remember that. Do they still sell it? It's the We Are Memory Keepers So Easy tool. Let me see if I can grab it really quick if you're not familiar. So this is the tool. It rolls, and then it comes with patterns for you to do hand stitching, basically. They also came with, you could do, there was stamping, or stamp easy? Was it stamp easy? I don't remember. But they came with little heads that were stamps too, and so they rolled. I don't remember if I had any of the stamps. I don't think so, but I can't remember. So we're going to use this So Easy tool on a layout next week. So yeah, thanks for watching, you guys. Tune in next week, and I'll leave some close-ups. Yeah, I'll leave some close-ups here right at the end. All right, thanks for watching. Bye!